Good morning, not as a formality, as a genuine recognition. This morning exists. You are in it, and before anything else gets to claim your attention, before the phone, before the news, before the first demand of the day, this moment belongs entirely to you. Take a breath right now. Before we do anything else, just one breath taken with full intention. In through the nose, slow and deliberate, feeling the chest rise and the belly soften outward. And then out, long, complete, releasing whatever the night left in you. That breath just changed something. Something small but real. Your nervous system registered that signal. Slow breath, intentional pause, and began to shift from the vigilance of sleep into something more open, more available, more like the person you actually want to be today. This is what mornings are for. Not the rushing, not the catching up before you've even begun. This 5-second window before the day takes over, when you still have the chance to choose your starting point. And you are choosing it right now by being here. So, let's talk about today. Today is not yesterday. I know that sounds obvious, but it's worth saying because the mind has a habit, a very human habit, of carrying yesterday into today before the day has even started. The conversation that didn't go well, the decision you're second guessing, the thing that felt heavy at midnight that hasn't fully dissolved by morning. Today is not required to carry those things. Today is its own territory, new, unmarked, full of a potential that yesterday, for all its difficulty or beauty or ordinariness, cannot diminish. You woke up. That's the beginning. That is, if you think about it for more than a moment, an extraordinary fact. The body that was unconscious and still and given over entirely to rest has come back online. The eyes opened. The breath continued. Consciousness returned. That strange, irreversible, astonishing fact of being aware of being aware. You are here. Again. One more time. What do you want to do with it? Not as a pressure, not as another item on the list of things you should be doing better, but as a genuine question, a curious question. Given that you are here, given that today is new and yours and full of possibility, what is the quality of presence you want to bring to it? That quality starts here, in the first minutes, before the day arrives with its noise. Let's set it together. I am thankful to be here this morning. Let that be the first thing. Not as a performance of gratitude, not as a spiritual obligation, but as the simple, honest recognition of what is true. You are here. That is something. That is, depending on the day, everything. I am thankful to be here this morning. I am choosing to notice the good that is present, even before I go looking for it. I am open to what today holds, the expected and the unexpected both. I am starting this day from a place of enough. I already have enough to begin. Feel what those words do in the body, not in the head, in the chest, the belly, the quality of the breath. Is there a slight opening, a small warmth, even the faintest sense of orientation towards something other than bracing? That is the work. That small shift. That is not nothing. Now let's talk about who you are. Not who you are trying to become or who you think you should be by now. Who you already are this morning, exactly as you arrived here. You are strong. Not in the performance sense. Not strong like never breaks down, never needs help, never admits the weight of things. Strong in the genuine sense. Strong like has been through things and is still here. Strong like keeps showing up even on the mornings when showing up takes everything. You have evidence of this strength. Your own life is full of it. Every difficult thing you have navigated, every version of yourself you have outgrown, every moment when you didn't know how you were going to get through something, and then you did. That record does not disappear overnight. It belongs to you. It is you. I am strong in ways I don't always remember to acknowledge. I am capable of more than I know on the mornings when I doubt it. I am the sum of every hard thing I have walked through, and I am still here. I carry that strength into this day, quietly and without needing to announce it. Take a breath between each of those. Let them arrive one at a time. Now, something important. You are worthy of the things you want. This needs to be said because it is the thing most people, most women especially, in my experience of this work, most people carry some version of a story that says otherwise. The story that says, when I have done enough, when I have proven enough, when I am further along, when I am more of what I should be, then I will deserve the good things. Then I will allow myself to want them without apology. But the worthiness was never conditional. It was never something to be earned after sufficient effort or demonstrated after sufficient improvement. Worthiness is not a reward for progress. It is the ground from which progress becomes possible. You are worthy right now. In this body, in this life, at this particular point in your unfolding. You are worthy of love, of abundance, of respect, of joy, of a life that reflects something true about who you are. Not eventually, now. I am worthy of the good things this day holds. I deserve kindness from others and from myself. I do not have to earn the right to be treated well. I am enough right now to receive what is available to me today. These words may feel easy to say and difficult to feel. That gap between saying something and genuinely inhabiting it is real. And it closes slowly, not dramatically, through repetition, through returning to these words on the mornings when they feel foreign, as well as the mornings when they feel true. keep coming back. Now let's talk about the day itself. The actual day that is waiting for you on the other side of this practice. It will have things in it. Some of them will be straightforward. Some of them will be complicated. Some of them will arrive unexpectedly and require something of you that you haven't prepared. Some of them will be beautiful in ways you couldn't have planned. And some of them, the honest truth, will be difficult or boring or require a patience you don't always feel like you have. All of that is a day, a real human full day. And the question, the one we are practicing the answer to right now, is not whether the day will be easy. The question is who you will be inside of it. What quality of attention and response and presence you will bring to whatever shows up. And the answer to that question is being shaped right now, in these minutes, by what you are choosing to let into your awareness before anything else has arrived. You are choosing to begin from presence rather than panic. You are choosing to begin from trust rather than vigilance. You are choosing to begin from worthiness rather than the question of whether you measure up. Those choices compound. They compound across the hours of a day and across the days of a life. I am choosing presence over distraction today. I am choosing trust over the reflex to brace. I am choosing to see what is good before I look for what is wrong. I am showing up for today as someone who belongs here. Let each of those settle before you move on. You are a positive force in the world. This is something I want you to sit with a little longer than the others, because it is the kind of statement that people often accept intellectually and resist emotionally. The resistance usually sounds like, I don't know if that's true. I'm not doing anything that significant. I'm not that important. My influence is small. There are people doing so much more. And here is what I want to say to that resistance. The reach of your presence in the world is not measured only by the dramatic gestures or the visible achievements or the things that get acknowledged publicly. It is measured in the quality of your attention in ordinary interactions. The moment when you really listened instead of half listening. The time you chose not to say the unkind thing even though you could have. The way you showed up for someone in a way that cost you nothing but gave them something they didn't know they needed. Those things ripple in ways you will never fully track, in directions you cannot see from where you stand. You are a positive force in the world, not because you are perfect, because you are present, because you care, because you keep trying even on the mornings when trying is harder than it should be. I am a positive force in the world, in the ordinary moments as much as the extraordinary ones. My presence matters to the people who encounter me today. I carry something that the world needs, even when I cannot see what it is. I will contribute something real today, simply by being genuinely here. Now, let's go a little deeper. There is something that happens when you begin the day from alignment rather than from reaction. When you take these first minutes to orient yourself toward what you value, toward who you want to be, toward the quality of presence you want to inhabit, something in the nervous system registers it. Something in the body says, okay, we know the direction, we know the starting point, and that registered starting point influences everything that follows. Not in a magical, direct, this causes that way, but in the more subtle, cumulative way that all orientation works. When you know which direction is north, all navigation becomes simpler. Not easier, the terrain is still what it is, but simpler, because you know where you stand. These affirmations are that. They are not promises of a perfect day. They are not guarantees that nothing will go wrong. They are a compass, a returning to north, a 5-minute practice of remembering who you are before the day begins to tell you, I am aligned with the best version of what today can be. I am focused on what is within my influence today. I am releasing what is outside my control with grace and without resentment. I am oriented toward what matters, and I will keep coming back to that orientation all day long. Take a breath. Let the body settle a little more fully into whatever it is resting on. Let the morning be soft around you for another moment before it asks anything. You are proud of how far you have come, whether or not you have named that pride recently, whether or not you have given yourself credit for it in any explicit way. Think for a moment, not about where you still want to go, but about where you have been. Think about who you were a year ago, 2 years, 5. Think about what you were carrying then that you are not carrying now. What you have learned that you did not know. What you have released that was weighing on you. What has opened in you that was closed. You have been changing, growing, moving, even in the seasons that looked, from the inside, like stagnation. Growth is rarely loud. It is rarely visible from inside the process. It is usually only comprehensible in retrospect, when you turn around and see how far you have walked without realizing you were walking. Turn around for a moment. Look at the distance, and let yourself feel proud of it. Not arrogant, not self-congratulatory in a way that closes you to further growth. Just proud. The way you would feel proud of a friend who had come as far as you have come. I am proud of how far I have come, even on the mornings when the distance doesn't feel like enough. I honor the version of me who got through the things I was not sure I could get through. I carry that history not as a burden, but as evidence. Evidence that I am capable of what today holds. I trust the person I have been becoming. Now, one final thing before we close. Today is going to end. Tonight, you will be somewhere. In a bed, in a chair, in the quiet. And today will be behind you. And the question that I want to plant in you right now, in these first minutes, is this. What do you want to be able to say about today when that moment comes? Not a grand statement, not a measure of productivity or achievement. Just, what quality of presence do you want to have brought? What small act of kindness or courage or genuine attention do you want to have offered? What version of yourself do you want to have been today, in the ordinary moments, in the friction, in the beauty? You get to choose that right now, in this morning, before anything has happened, while the day is still entirely open. I am choosing to make today a day I am glad I lived fully. I am choosing to bring something genuine to every interaction, however small. I am choosing to notice beauty, once, intentionally, at some point in the day ahead. I am choosing to end today able to say, I was here. I was present. I did my best with what I had. Let's stay here a little longer, because the morning deserves more than a few minutes. And so do you. There is something that happens, and I think most people recognize this even if they've never named it. There is something that happens in the first 20 minutes after waking that sets the entire emotional tone of the day. Not the events that come later, not whether the commute goes smoothly or whether the meeting starts on time. The tone was set earlier. In those first unguarded minutes when the conscious self is still soft, still permeable, still choosing what to let in. Most mornings, that window gets filled immediately. By the phone, by the news, by the mental rehearsal of everything that needs to happen, by yesterday's unresolved thoughts surfacing again before the day has even begun. And by the time the actual day starts, you are already somewhere other than here. Already ahead, or behind, or worried about what is coming. Already reacting rather than choosing. This practice is a different option for that window. It is the decision to fill those first minutes with something intentional rather than something reactive. With a deliberate orientation toward who you want to be today, rather than an automatic slide into worry about what the day might demand. And the more you do this, I want to be honest with you about this. The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. The body learns. The nervous system learns. The same way it learns any habit. Through repetition. Through returning. Through the cumulative effect of many ordinary mornings where you chose this instead of the alternative. One morning changes nothing. 100 mornings changes everything. You are building something here. I am building a morning practice that serves the life I want. I am consistent with this, even on the mornings when it takes more effort. I am giving myself the gift of an intentional beginning every day that I can. I am becoming someone who begins from presence, and that becoming is happening right now. Now. I want to speak to something that often comes up in morning practices, and that is rarely addressed directly. The gap between how you feel when you begin and how you feel when you are in the middle of it. You may have arrived here this morning feeling flat, tired, uninspired, not particularly ready for anything. Not full of the open, receptive, grateful energy that a morning practice seems to presuppose. And you may be saying these affirmations or hearing them and noticing that they don't feel entirely true yet. That the gap between the words and your actual felt experience is real and noticeable. That gap is not a sign that this is not working. That gap is precisely why this practice matters. Because the affirmation is not a description of where you currently are. It is a description of where you are heading. It is the compass pointing north before you have started walking. It is the orientation established before the terrain makes it difficult to maintain. You don't feel the benefit of stretching while you are stretching. You feel it later when your body moves through the day with an ease it wouldn't have had without the morning practice. The same principle applies here. Say the things even when they don't feel fully true yet, especially when they don't feel fully true yet. Because the saying, the returning, the choosing is the practice, and the practice compounds. I am willing to say what is true before it fully feels true, because I trust the process. I am patient with the gap between where I am and where I am going. I am showing up for this practice even on the mornings when I arrive here imperfectly. I am worth the consistency on the easy mornings and the difficult ones equally. Good. Let that settle. Now, I want to bring your attention to something specific, something small and concrete and available to you right now. Your body this morning. Not your ideal body, not the body you are working toward, or the body you think you should have, or the body that would feel more worthy of being cared for. This body, the one that is breathing right now, the one that woke up with you, the one that is going to carry you through this entire day, whether you appreciate it or not. What does it need this morning? Not in the grand, long-term life plan sense. Just today, just this morning. More water. A moment of stillness before standing. A breath of fresh air at some point. Something nourishing before the day gets busy. These small acts of tending, they are not trivial. They are the way you practice taking yourself seriously. The way you communicate to your own body, I see you. I am paying attention. You matter in the specific, practical sense of someone worth caring for. I am paying attention to what my body needs today. I am treating myself with the basic, practical care I would offer someone I love. I am not waiting until I feel more deserving to take good care of myself. I am worthy of being well tended, and I am choosing to do that, starting this morning. Take a breath, a real one, and notice right now how different the quality of your attention is from where it was when you first began. There is more of you here, more presence, more of a sense of having arrived, rather than just being on the way somewhere else. That is the morning practice working. That is not nothing. That is the exact shift this practice is designed to create. Carry this quality with you now, not as a resolution or a goal or a standard to maintain perfectly, just as a resource, as something you have touched this morning that you can return to briefly at any point in the day when the noise gets too loud and you need to remember where you started. One breath, one return. That is always available. That is enough. That has always been enough. Take a final breath now, the deepest one yet. In, feeling the chest expand, the belly soften, the whole body remember that it is alive and capable and ready. And out, long and complete, releasing the last of the night, releasing any hesitation, releasing the need for the day to be anything other than what it genuinely is. You are ready. Not because everything is perfect, not because you have solved everything or figured everything out, or become the final polished version of yourself. Ready because you are here, awake, present, intentional. The day is yours. Go meet it. And if you felt something shift in these minutes, if even one of those statements landed somewhere real and useful, write in the comments, "I am ready for today." Let it be your declaration, your signal to yourself that today begins from here. Thank you for starting your morning in this space. I genuinely mean that. Now go. Let it be your declaration, your morning signal. And save this. Make it part of your routine. The more you return, the more natural it becomes to begin from here rather than from the noise. Go meet your day. It is waiting for you.